Need a supervisor. Complaint filing time, guys. What's going on, guys? I'm not playing with these fools. I told them when a new chief comes in, it's going to be different. It's going to be different. They're out in the field?
Yeah, out in the field. I think they're going to come back here.
I'm going to stand right out here.
Okay, they're going to come to here, so you want me to send them out?
No, I mean, I'll keep on peeking in. I'm just going to stand right here. Just so I can... Anyway, we're here to file a complaint on the captain here today. So I got a complaint disposition in. I was just posting about this on Twitter. Let me see if I can find it. So essentially there was this situation right here, right? This guy here, is that cop right there? That's Eric Watts. First off, he's got this thing. He probably spends half his break time arching his eyebrows. He's always got his eyebrows arched, right? But anyway, let's watch what comes next. A couple of people walking through, starting right about now. Let's see. First one walks through. Second, now watch the third one. All right, now you see how he put it. What was that? Why was that necessary? The guy was walking. Why was that necessary? To put your hands on him and push him like that? Well, first off, because Eric Watts is a bitch. He's been a bitch for years. I've been telling him he's a bitch for years. But then, that's not, listen. So I filed a complaint on that, right? I got a complaint disposition. Now, here's what happens. I file a complaint. Next thing that happens is internal affairs, the complaint supervisor will then reach out to me, ask for a copy of the video, and ask for my interview. None of that happened. None of that happened. Let me show you. They sent it back, sent me the complaint disposition back, said it was unfounded, but they didn't go through the process of asking for the video or anything. They did a disposition without actually looking at the video, which means they're going to rely on body cam footage if the body cam was even on. And it would be incomplete because it's not a third person angle. So they just adjudicated. Now, mind you, Roberts, he's a new captain here. And he came from internal affairs. So this bitch, he knows how to work the system with complaints and throw them out. He thinks I'm just going to just roll over on this. First off, you didn't go through the proper process of investigating it. So I'm going to write your bitch ass up for that. And on top of it, I'm going to ask the OIG to reconsider, to do an audit of the case. Because it's improperly adjudicated. That was a use of force, and it was unnecessary. So, like I said, I've been holding off on these fools for a long time, waiting for this new chief to come in. The new chief is here now. And now the new chief's going to feel it. I hope you're watching it. LAPD, your intelligence analyst or your professional standards bureau, I hope you're watching this. I'm telling you right now, I'm gonna fucking cook you. I gave McDonald a break last night too. I could have showed up at that. Apparently the SWAT team was pulling Santa at some blind children's foundation or hospital. It's just the weirdest shit. They got the SWAT team Bearcat pulling a Santa sleigh. What the fuck is that? What type of propaganda bullshit is that? Like, how much more money are we gonna give them? Let's keep on giving them more money. Just give them more money. Last night, I was out here. You know, if you watch me regularly, you know what goes on in that parking lot late at night. Last night, oh damn, I have it on the phone I'm filming with, but I was filming some cops out there last night, man. They were fucking, I think that one cop was eating beef jerky in a car, just snapping away at it. But they're just sitting out there all the time doing nothing. And Karen Bass is saying, hey, crime is down. Crime is down, huh? Okay. Crime is down and cops are down too. Both of those things are true. Crime is down and the number of cops we have are down. So why the fuck are you asking for more cops? If crime is down with less cops, why are we asking for more cops? You're gonna tell me everything's just great? Then don't ask for more cops. But no, the LAPD is asking for a huge raise. Last year, like I said, they increased LAPD funding by $100 million while cutting like elderly funding for aging by $2 million, streets and sanitation by 10, 15 million. They're doing all these cuts to give the cops $100 million more. This year they're asking for $250 million more. We're gonna defund this whole fucking city paying for these guys while they're sitting there behind Hugo's office, just doing nothing. I was just up on Hollywood Boulevard a little while ago. I can't tell you, I'm gonna tell you, I'm not bullshitting. I can't tell you how much the business owners up there cannot stand Hugo. They fucking hate him, they despise him. And for good reason. Hollywood Boulevard is deteriorating, but you know what? He gave his union a pay raise. He voted to increase the minimum wage for large hotel workers and some airport workers to $30. That's the minimum wage. He says it's for tourism. It's to help tourism workers. That helps one business on Hollywood Boulevard. The Roosevelt Hotel is the only business that would be affected by that. He's saying, oh, it's tourism minimum wage, a living wage for tourism workers. Again, it's affecting just the people in his union, Unite Here 11, which represents what? Large hotels and airport workers. So he's repaying his union. And all those other people that work up there on Hollywood Boulevard, at Madame Tussauds, at Jimmy Kimmel, at fucking Foot Locker, at Chinese Theater, all these places, you're telling me they're not tourism workers? Coffee Bean, they're not tourism workers. They don't deserve a living wage, but you give it to your union. That's all he cares about. He doesn't represent CD 13. He represents Unite Here 11. That's all he gives a shit about. Fuck him. I'm telling you, they are so sick of it up there. And they're like, you know, I understand some of this frustration. They're like, you know, they're afraid that if somebody experiencing mental health issues comes up to them and says something, if they say something back, they're gonna get arrested. And people are like, well, that doesn't happen. That's happened to me. I caught a guy throwing bottles and furniture at cars and stuff up on Sunset and McCadden. And I just literally yelled at him, knock that shit off. Stop fucking throwing that shit in the street. And he's like, I'm homeless. I'm like, I don't care. Nobody cares. Stop throwing that shit in the fucking street. Stop throwing stuff at cars. Stop throwing stuff at people. He went to his tent and got a knife and a pole. I was left. I got the fuck out of there. 3 hours later, someone called 911 on him because he was threatening a lady with a knife and a pole. Cops come with their guns pulled, arrest him. I come around the corner. He says, the cops that I've ridden up before, just ridden up one of them the week before, he says to him, that guy over there threatened to burn down my tent. They took the handcuffs off of him and put them on me. Charged me with what, 422 PC, criminal threats, gave me a $50,000 bail. So, I mean, I understand people just not wanting to intervene, as some people are just doing. I was just watching some guy up here on Wilcox and Sunset, just now, kicking a bunch of cars that were driving. People are light, and he started kicking the cars. You know, I yelled at him, but man, you worry that if you yell at them, you're gonna get fucking arrested because the LAPD is just assholes like that. I'm gonna do a video that's gonna be coming up in the next week or so. I'm gonna do a video on my bullshit arrest of them. And then, like I said, Chief Moore 2 days later, he's doing a press conference talking about my arrest, admitting that the guy was experiencing mental health issues and that there are no witnesses to back up his claim that I threatened to burn out his tent. And Chief Moore admitted the guy was throwing stuff at cars and people. But they arrested me and let him go. They gave him his knife back. They took the handcuffs off and gave him his knife back. Come on now. And they thought they were going to have me in here for the weekend or whatever because they were here 45 minutes later. They were here to bail me out. But the cops wouldn't let me out. They told one of Gonzalez, Jamie Gonzalez, that's that fucking heifer's name. I heard her in the back saying, let him sit. Talking about don't let me out. All right. It's funny, Jamie Gonzalez, she was with Watts one night when I wrote her up because she refused to ID. And I was asking for ID and he told me to back away from the car. Watts, you're a bitch. You're a fucking bitch. He told me I used to make fun of him arching his eyebrows and he said I was body shaming him. You're a bitch. You're a whole fucking bitch, Watts. So yeah, I'm gonna write up Roberts. Roberts was over that night when there was that murder scene. And the guy pulled up playing a bunch of rap music and stuff. Roberts was there on scene that night. He was the one I got into it with a little bit. So I'm gonna get into it with him some more. Like I said, there's nonstop pressure on these fools right now. That's it. They're gonna learn. I just posted a video about here's Watts. Here's this punk ass bitch. Posted a video a little earlier on my guy right here. Big ass head. Jose Rivera. Guys sit there and harass me and shit, but then got promoted. I'm gonna put his bitch ass through it. And quite honestly, so now that he's training rookies, I'm gonna let every rookie I know I say will work with him, I'm gonna tell you, rookie, I'm gonna be on your ass because of him. I see anything, the slightest fucking thing, I'm writing your bitch ass up. Because of Jose Rivera. Hiding behind illegal tents to harass people. He was such a wimp though, because like I said, since then he hasn't said a word now that I identified him. Because like I said, it took me a little while to identify him. He didn't have plates on his car, so then to try to cover up, he put plates on his car and I recognized him. I was walking by, I saw him in the parking lot sitting there, so I was just covertly sitting, like hiding behind something, waiting for him so I can get a better view. And then he saw me, he started taking off out of there, but I got a picture of his license plate. And then, he had his license plate. They can go through DMV and have their names, their personal identification disassociated from the plate. So if you were to run his plate on his car, it would just simply say LAPD, nothing else. No name, no nothing. But he's like, okay, so how did I find out who he was? I'm gonna tell you right now. Once I got his license plate, I was then able to get his VIN number. Then once I got his VIN number, should I tell this part? Some things are left. Let's just put it this way, man. If you got a note on your car and I have your VIN number, I'm gonna find it. If it was fully paid off, I wouldn't be able to get it, but. And then here's the best part. Jose, I hope you're watching this. I was gonna put in a video, but I didn't feel like being petty. I was gonna be messy. So when I went and did a search on the car to find out, or I had somebody pull some strings for me to find out where the car is at, he was getting a bunch of parking tickets at night at this one house. But it wasn't his house. It was far away from his house. And so I don't know what he was doing. That's between him and his wife. They could figure it out. But yeah, no, he was getting a bunch of tickets, parking tickets on a car away from home. Same address though. I don't know what he was doing over there. Like I said, that's not my business. That's between him and his wife. They'll figure it out. I forgot his wife's name. I remember it. What gang you from? So now I got to they sure are taking time with the sergeant. So my goal is to do one sort of mini documentary or a video every single day and post at least 2 to 5 profiles per day. I originally wanted 5 to 10, but man, that shit isn't that's a lot of writing, man. That's a lot of work. Oh, here we go. Oh, that's my good guy.
Hello.
Haven't seen you for a while. How you doing?
How you been? Good, man.
Good.
I can't complain.
Yeah.
What's new?
I got to file a complaint on Roberts, on Captain Roberts.
Oh,
Yeah.
all right.
Yeah.
All right. Come here. All right, what happened?
All right, so essentially I filed a complaint against Watts for an incident that happened on, I believe, in like January 24th up on Hollywood Boulevard. He pushed some guy. And so I got a disposition back on that. It was unfounded. But the problem is no one ever reached out to me to get the actual video. Nobody reached out to me to do the interview. So because of that, and because Roberts wrote off on the disposition, said it went through multiple layers of review with him being the signature on it, I'm going to file a complaint on Roberts for, let's say, failure of supervisory duties on Roberts. And you know what? And let's also do one on
You're complaining about his investigation, or the investigation.
the investigation, right? He didn't properly adjudicate the.
Okay.
And let's also do it against Chow too, because Chow would normally see Chow's thing lately is been saying that he tried to reach out to me for an interview and he called a number that I told him to stop calling years ago because it's no longer my number, but he keeps on doing it, and I keep on telling him, if you have any questions, send me an email. He picks and chooses when he wants to send an email, but most of the time he just hides behind the fact that he tried calling an old number that I don't use. So it'd be Chow and Roberts on that.
But the same issue.
Same issue, because I imagine that he was probably doing the investigator on that, as being that he's the complaint supervisor.
And you don't know, do you know the CF on Watts or no?
Yeah, it's 24, I'm going off the top of my head, 24-000293. Yeah.
All right.
I'm weird like that. Wait, let me just double check. Yeah, it's a 24-000-293. And
That's the whole of it then. Roberts and Chow didn't investigate thoroughly on Watts.
yeah, didn't investigate thoroughly, didn't go through the full investigative process. Like I said, just failed to interview me, failed to get the video.
And it's the same thing for you, right? From the police LA?
Correct.
And you don't have a number you like to share?
No, it's just email is always best.
Okay, got it. All right, those two.
All right.
Bad investigation on Watts. I'll put it in.
All right, thank you.
Take care.
Have a good one.
What do you do?
So, I guess there's a whole thing of people are like, oh, all cops are bastards and stuff. You never hear me say that, right? I try to treat people as individuals. Now, don't be wrong. I do treat the force overall in a certain way, but it has more to do with sort of institutional issues. But if I see a cop that's constantly cool and constantly respectful and stuff, I'll also say that too. All right, let's see what we're working with here. So him right there, that sergeant, I gotta tell you, he's been nothing but respectful over the years. Nothing but respectful. So I have nothing bad to say about him. In fact, if all the cops acted like him, I wouldn't be out here doing this shit. In fact, on top of it, I may actually go out of my... I've only done it 7 or 8 times, maybe 9 or 10 times, I don't know. I might give him a cumulative commendation. So that Mercedes right there. All right, so we got a couple of issues. I don't know if it's how well it's picking it up, but he's missing a plate. He's got a front tint too. You can't do that in the windshield. So that's a cop. You know, if I have driving that Mercedes, no plates, I'm getting my punk ass handcuffed, 100%. If you've been following me long enough, you know exactly what happened. Handcuffed. All right, so of course that one, no plate on that. See, I put the sign up right here saying Los Angeles Police Department property and stuff, close to the public. I used to always walk through here. Me and Gizmo would go walking through here all the time, documenting their cars, and they got sick of it, so they put that sign up. Anyway, it's gonna be mostly a short stream. I'm annoyed as shit right now because I got plumbers in my house tearing apart the goddamn walls, and I only got notice on it yesterday. So it makes it impossible to do any work. Imagine sitting in a meeting on your phone you got all this pounding and shit going on in the back. Appreciate that, Deb. Check out the website, filmthepolicela.com. Like I said, just the main purpose of the website is actually not for the officer profiles or for the videos. The main purpose of the website is to just put out long-form sort of investigation so you can see the process. That's the key thing. I want everybody seeing how absolutely corrupt LAPD's discipline process is. I think the next article I'm going to do is on my good buddy Escobar. He's no longer in the LAPD. He works down in Santa Ana. He's like, I got to get the fuck away from William. And I promise you, that's the reason why he left. Promise you. He was probably their most aggressive cop. I heard he was named LAPD Officer of the Year. And then he got the fuck out of here because he was a dirty piece of shit. But anyway, told the story before. I'm going to lay it out in the article about how he pulled over a woman right around the block from my house too. She had a suspended license, so he told her, you can't drive your car. She's like, okay, can I leave it right here? Because he pulled her over and it was parked in a parking spot. She didn't have to move the car for 3 days. She's like, no, have somebody come pick it up, which was just weird. Then as he's waiting, and he didn't know I was there filming him, I was kind of just lurking. And then he saw me, he got freaked out and told her to get back into the car and had her drive to the other side of the neighborhood. Illegal tints. Had her drive to the other side of the neighborhood. Wow, Tesla does not have illegal tints? That's crazy because they almost always do. They're actually pretty well. I only see that one over there. But anyway, he put her back in the car. He said, I was watching him give her instructions on where to go to. And he drove behind her. Now, mind you, she has a suspended license. You told her she can't drive. She said, can I just park it here? No. But then you're making her get into the car and drive to the other side of the neighborhood. I thought that was weird. It was over on Highland and the Long Prairie, which is a very well-lit street. So it's a safe place to be. And I didn't know where they were going, so I hopped on a scooter and I was trying to find them. I was following them and I lost track. They went down Highland, went past Fountain, went past Lexington. I could see him in the distance making a right on Santa Monica. So I finally got down there on a scooter, made a right on Santa Monica, went past Citrus. I didn't see him. Went past Mansfield, didn't see him. I'm like, fuck it, I don't see him. Went up to the next block where Shakey's used to be. Now they're building that Tesla station. And I turned a corner and it was a construction site. And you know those little offices they put, those little trailer offices that they have at construction sites? They had one of those in the street. And he had her parked behind, him and her were parked behind that construction office trailer thing. I'm like, what the fuck is this? The fuck is this? Why are you guys here? And he had his lights off too. Like, why do you have your lights off? He was trying to hide. I'm like, what is this? This is the creepiest shit. I see her getting out of the car and she's changing her skirt. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? It was, and there was a guy who was with me, this white guy with long hair. I never saw him before, I never saw him after that. He was driving by and saw me on the original stop. And when they took him away, drove away, he looked at me like, what is going on? So he got in his car and he found me over there and he got out of his car, he came walking over, he's like, what the hell is going on? I'm like, I don't know, man. This guy is just taking his woman to this other scene. That's creepy. Now, the only thing that was to make me feel a little bit more comfortable is his partner is a female, Enriquez, but she's a real enabler anyway. She was just weak. She looks completely different now. She used to look like olive oil, big ass glasses. I guess she had some surgery done and then she started eating and so she doesn't look the same anymore. But why is he doing this? Why? First off, you put her back in the car and she had a suspended license. You just gave an illegal order. You gave an illegal order. So when I got there anyway, Escobar saw me and he put his head back like, I'm fucked. And, this is at nighttime and shit. And so it really bugged me, really bothered me. And I was telling people in my neighborhood about it. The women that were working at the girls that were working at Starbucks at the time were telling me that they feel scared to drive to work in the morning at 4 o'clock. They might get pulled over by this guy. You don't know what's going to happen. So I went to the captain. Captain Lori, you're a bitch ass too, Captain. And I said to him, I'm like, the women in my neighborhood feel uncomfortable about this. And he says, the only people that care are your 800 followers on Twitter. I'm like, what the fuck is that? What kind of answer is that? Your cop illegally brings this woman to this other neighborhood, to the other side of the neighborhood, and you're telling me the only people that care are my 800 followers on Twitter? Like, he was trying to rub it in my face, because I think at the time I had like 800 followers on Twitter, and he had like 1,000 or 2,000. Who gives a shit? What the fuck is wrong with you? Anyway, yeah, Captain Lori's a bitch. Your big fucking head. I saw him there at UCLA. He came there at the end after all the violence happened. I cursed him out there too. But, so then I filed a complaint on him. I have this on tape. I almost got prosecuted for this. The guy I filed a complaint on right now, Chow, he called me up for another complaint and I recorded it. And then he blurted out, started explaining that they threw out this complaint. They threw it out. They said because what he did, it may have been an illegal order, but it wasn't malicious. What the fuck does that mean? So now you have to prove maliciousness? What the fuck is wrong with you? He gave her an illegal order, period. And it's on top of it is creepy. So yeah, they threw out that complaint and I complained about it and I played the recording for Chief Moore. Next thing you know, the city attorney's reaching out to me. We need to have a meeting because, see this guy, this is the same guy from earlier. This is that guy from earlier who was hitting on, I gotta stop this guy. Jesus Christ, I'm gonna get arrested for this shit too. This is the same guy earlier who I was hitting the cars and stuff. Come on, man. Oh man, he's doing it right in front of a Mack truck. Bro, come on, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. You can't be in the street like that, man. Come on. Just chill out, brother. You good? Just chill out, man. You can't be in a lane like that. You're gonna get hit. Just chill the fuck. Get out of the damn street. Okay, man. Okay. All right. I know, man. All right. Just stay out the street, man. That's all. Okay, I know what you're doing. I know that you know what you're doing. Just stay out the street. I'm gonna get arrested now. Be like, oh, William, he made threats. Anyway. So anyway, yeah, I recorded the phone call with the complaint supervisor, and all right, he's out of, as long as he's out of the street, buddy, that's all. He'll be all right. He looks chill now. So anyway, like I said, I confronted Chief Moore with the recordings, and he referred to the city attorney, and they said that we need to have a city attorney meeting for wiretapping. They threatened to charge me with wiretapping for recording my phone call with the cops. So we had the meeting, and I'll be honest with you, the city attorney, the assistant city attorney, or deputy city attorney, whatever the fuck it was, they're like, okay, we need more William Goods, but we need you to follow the law. So as long as you agree to not illegally record the police over the next 6 months, then we will drop the charges. I said, well, I'm not doing shit. Every time I talk to the cops, I'm gonna record a fucking phone call. Because one, I'm allowed to. There's already been a case, I can't remember, something versus San Francisco, which says that a police officer has no expectation of privacy when having a phone call in the office. There you go. They have no expectation of privacy. Two, there's also an exception if the person is likely recording you, then you have no expectation of privacy. My name is Film the Police LA. There's a good chance that I'm fucking recording you. Third is the citizenry has a right to receipt whenever they have an interaction with a government official, government worker. I have a right to receipt. I had an interaction with them. I have a right to document that. So my thing is, I would love to go to court. Love it. I would love it. Press charges against me for wiretapping. Would love it. They didn't. You know what I did? Right after the phone call was over, I told the story. I was doing the city attorney's meeting on the phone. I was at a police scene, believe it or not. Or a man with a fake gun. Once I got home, you know what I did? Immediately called the police station, recorded that shit, emailed Chief Moore with the recording. And you could just tell by his emails, like he was infuriated. Like, when was this? Like, yeah, bitch. So yeah, with this case, because I dared record them saying that they didn't hold him accountable because is that Scientologist? I caught the Scientologist bus out here last night. They were trying to load it up. I told them I was a suppressive person. I just wanted to have a conversation. And they didn't want to have a conversation. My feelings were hurt a little bit. Not really. Muting for a second, guys. Anyway, so yeah, I'm gonna do something on that. I'm gonna show the whole process, every step of the way, how nonchalant the police were about the potential for some sort of like sexual misconduct that they didn't take seriously, which is something that's a systemic thing with the LAPD. Right now, the LAPD, I was looking at the numbers, I believe there's like 1,746 women. So you figure 1,746 women out of 9,000 cops, that's less than 20% women. Again, women make up 52% of the population, but they're making up 20% or less of the LAPD. Why? Because everybody in all the higher ups are always sexually harassing people and treating women like shit. Another thing I'll notice is if you ever look up cops' pay, boy, it's just funny how women do seem to always be paid less. Five, 6, 2. I'll do card. Where's Jessica? Jessica's over at the blue building. She loves that shit. Trying to find out, hold on. Yeah, so I'm gonna do one on the SWAT mafia. Like I said, the guy sued because he turned into SWAT mafia and they put him through hell. And so he sued and he won $3.5 million this last week because of it. Oh yeah, I was supposed to have court yesterday with Joey, but it fucking got canceled. So the judge had to move back the court date from Tuesday to yesterday. She did that a few weeks ago. Well, Joey showed up on Tuesday. He said he didn't get any notice of it. Or at least he claims he showed up. And he knew nothing about it, so they had to push it back to now January 7th. This guy is just trying to avoid this at all costs. He's got no lawyer. Scientology stopped paying for him. Joey being a reoccurring character is hilarious. I thought you were the only person that gets evicted for drawing on your hair, on your walls. Thank you. You too. I'm gonna do a video on Espadis, the rapey cop.
¿Quieres que le mande?
Fuck. The guy right there at the booth. Well, standing behind him, it's the tour van guy. That's like, I guess, the game's stepfather or something. Look at the Scientology Learning Center. I don't think I've ever seen anybody actually in here being tutored. I'm so hurt that they ran off of me like that. Why are you running? Does they got something on my face? I really want the plumbers to get the fuck out of my house. I don't have any water either. Like, the water's not on. So that means I was gonna go to Runyon, but I'm like, damn, come back and be all filthy and I can't take a shower. You know, I don't do that. I don't come home from Runyon and then be all dirty and it's like, go lay down in bed. I don't do that. Jessica does that. I don't do that. Film the Plumbers LA. I gotta tell you, I was asking for the property manager, where the fuck is he at? I was gonna go off on him. Anyway, word from Hollywood Boulevard, talking to the business owners, is that tourism is way down right now. Way down. The tour van guys are very unhappy. They said, I asked them, well, why do you think that is? They said nobody's coming from Europe. They said they used to get a lot of people from Europe, people from, other international travelers like Australia, India. They're not coming. They're not coming to Hollywood Boulevard. The tour guys down there told me, they're like, please run for something. I'm gonna run for neighborhood council. The person that won neighborhood council, the president, got 28 votes. 28 votes to become neighborhood council president. I'm pretty sure I can come with more than 28 votes. I want to get like 3 other people to run with me and just take that shit over. And listen, neighborhood council obviously doesn't have a lot of power at all. I just want to do small things, right? My first day in office, I'm going to sign an executive order mandating that we have sunlight from 6 a.m. to 8:45 p.m. I mean, people are sick of daylight savings, but it's more than that. We need longer sun period. So, 14 hours a day of sun. Small things. I think I can get the votes for that. Can you say hi, hooray? Hi, hooray. Hollywood Boulevard during the daytime is just not the greatest. Obviously at night it's not the greatest either, but Richard Pryor. What's going on, brother? The easiest way to get me to yell at you is if you see me every goddamn day, but yet you ask me if I want to go on a damn Hollywood tour. It's dead. During the daytime, it's always dead. It's usually just, honestly, during the daytime, it's usually a bunch of zombies out here. And at nighttime, there's a bunch of drunk people, crazy people, and things like that. Anyway, I'm about to get off, guys. I might do another live later. Like I said, I filed a crime report against that Espada guy, the rapey cop, because he sent me that weird fucking message at 2:57 in the morning, essentially threatening me. Filed a crime report, no detective has gotten back to me. Listen, I'm used to that shit, but I'm not playing with this. I'm not gonna let an ex-cop fucking threaten me. And then the LAPD's not gonna, man, you guys have covered up for this guy enough. So I sent the chief an email 2 days ago, and the Captain Heredia over here at Hollywood Station said, oh, I wasn't on vacation when this happened, and I'm going to look into it right now, and all this stuff. You didn't? Well, I haven't heard from you. It's been 2 days. It's long enough. I'm going to go back to the station probably a little while and ask, where the fuck is this at? And then make the chief pay for that. Like I said, I'm going to run over this chief. All right, guys, I'm getting off. Shout out to the mods. You go to filmthepolicela.com. Check out the officer profiles and the one investigation on there for now. You guys take care.